Okay, so second flight was 13.5 hours. I got it wrong. It was an older plane though, which was annoying. I had a guy sitting next to me. I was in the middle of the row. There's 4 people. I was in the middle, and there was a guy sitting next to me. He was man spreading all the way through, which was really annoying. And he kept coughing on me. Like every time I was like facing my screen, he'd cough like in my direction when there was a space next to him that was empty. Like he could have coughed in that direction. Something happened at the end though, when the medical team came on board to take someone off, but then also had biohazard suits, like hazmat vests on, and came and swabbed some stuff. And we were told to be like sitting down, like told to sit down. I can't speak, I'm so tired. And we got in at like 6:10 a.m. and it was really fitting because the golden sun was beaming through the windows at that time, and it just felt right that I was in a new destination at the break of dawn. And it just felt very fitting. It just felt like a new start. I was also watching Little Mermaid, the live action one, and it also gave me a lot of like messages and stuff that felt very fitting as well. Got the train to here, which I think was like £8, £9, I'm not entirely sure, but it was pretty simple. Just hopped on it, tap on like you do in the tube, and tap off, and then it took like 3 stops, and then got off at Central. This train station's there, walked like 5 minutes across here, and I've been sitting downstairs and in the kitchen. I had a little tour of everything. It's quite busy. I'm kind of glad that I've got a newer room. I hope it's not because I'm going to talk to myself. Anyway, I have to be quick. But I've not been feeling very well. Like I thought I had heat stroke earlier, so I took some paracetamol and drank loads of water, and I fell asleep downstairs in the lobby, which was nice and cold, but it was very busy, so I don't know why I slept down there. So I might sleep in here for a bit, and then later go and eat something and stuff. Sydney feels very much like a mix between San Francisco, London, Chicago, New York. It's very odd, but it's really nice. But also, I've just got to the hostel. I haven't done anything in it, so I haven't got my bearings, so I feel very overwhelmed. Hello, it's currently, I think, 4:30, but I'm gonna go to Woolworths, I think, to pick up some bits for dinner, and then lunch and breakfast, because Taco Bell is close by and McDonald's is close by, but I just feel so groggy and disgusting, and I also want to eat decent food and also cut the price down. This is the weather today in Sydney. It's cold. I went to a coffee shop to do some work, because I needed to change the scenery. I did about an hour and a half there. Coffees are pretty cheap here, a lot cheaper than the UK, because I had a maple almond drink today, an iced latte, and that at Starbucks, if you get a brown sugar shake espresso, that's like £5.50, £6. This here was like £3.60, like insane, but everything else is way expensive. I'm staying in Wake Up, Sydney Central. It's a good location next to the Central Terminal, but the crowd is more of a stereotypical backpacker age, which is like 18 to 21, which I didn't really see in the reviews and stuff. It's more, I guess it's more of a party hostel, it seems like, which is fine, but for my age, I feel a little bit like out of it, because I've got stuff to be doing and stuff. I'm not really socializing in the sense that I'm not going out to these things, and I should be, but because I'm busy, I don't have the time to go and do it. So I feel a little bit like out of my depth. The hostel itself is pretty nice. I'll stay here again. Good morning. I've just had breakfast. I'm now on the way to Manly Beach. Yesterday night, I didn't do anything. I ended up going to the cinema, which was a really nice cinema experience. I wanted to use my last day because I leave to go to Melbourne tomorrow morning. Okay, first reactions. This is the Harbour Bridge, and I think I need wharf number 2 to get to Manly Beach, to get the ferry. But I wanted to give you my first reaction to seeing the Opera House, which I can see over there. Wow, can you see it? I feel like I'm in Finding Nemo. Also, look at this bin chicken. Pretty insane, isn't it? After seeing it in the films and media for like your whole life, and then seeing it in person. This is insane, and I'm pretty sure this is where like you queue up for the fireworks. I don't know if you can see those, but those are jellyfish. Good morning. There's a seagull literally like there. Hi. I just got off the ferry from City Quay to Manly Beach. There's actually quite a few around there. And it took about 20 minutes. I think it cost like $10.80. But I think if you have an Opal card, which is their like Oyster card, it's like $8. The ferry was really nice. I sat at the top, saw some views, and just seeing the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge is just so cool. Like, it's all very compact, like it's all very close together. I thought it was gonna be very sparse, and also the Opera House is quite small, but I don't know whether that's because I was far away from it or if it's gonna be bigger when I go near it. I felt like a little child. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's real. Like, of course it's real. Yeah, anyway, I got the ferry over here. The ferry was nice. It was a bit choppy and it was a bit cold, and it is still a bit cold, and I wore my fleece. It was really cold yesterday and the day before. It's breezy today, but the sun is out and the sun is hot. All these seagulls are all like near me and like circling, and I'm stressed about it. When you arrive at the Manly ferry port, you just walk straight, and then you come to the end of Manly and you come to the Manly beach, which is just a massive like strip of beach. And then I don't know if you can see behind me, you might be able to, over there, all of these trees look like California type of trees or like Canadian type of trees, and then the whole like vibe and that building structure as you're walking through is giving me very like Florida, Orlando, but then like old America. But I'm just gonna chill here and then explore Manly. It's not very big so far. There's a lot of shops, like a lot of clothing stores, a lot of independents, which is really nice, and I think you could easily spend a whole day here, which is what I'm probably gonna do. But yeah, last night I didn't really end the vlog off because I went to the cinema. The cinema was really nice. All in all, I spent about like, the tickets were $21 and that was a reduced ticket, and then snacks were $10. So all in all I spent £12 plus 5, about 17-18 quid. That was like a popcorn, drink and a film ticket, which is not bad. I think that's cheaper. The snacks were definitely cheaper than back at home, and the cinema ticket was a normal price ticket on like a busy day back at home. I'm quite impressed, but that's only because I converted it to UK, whereas if it's dollars, that's a lot of money, like $20 for a ticket. But the cinema, and then $10 for snacks. But the cinema was really nice, like really, the chairs were a little bit uncomfy, but that's just because of my back. But they were really clean. Like, it was a really like intimate environment, very classy, very clean, and very elegant, very premium. I don't know how well you can see me, but I just went to this cafe called Rollers, and I've got an iced coffee, which is covered in sand because I dunked it in the sand. Very good. I also got a pan au chocolat, which is like, the whole thing is chocolate. I'll show you, but it's in the bag and there's seagulls around, so I'm kind of scared. I was gonna get the almond croissant, but it was like $12.50, and the pan au chocolat was like $7.50. So I was like, I'll go for the one that's $5 cheaper. It's starting to get really hot. I'm gonna go in the water, but I don't know where to put my stuff. So come with me on my journey into the sea. I feel like the Little Mermaid. Also, look at all the people surfing. Okay, I've just made dinner, and when I tell you it's probably the worst thing I've ever made, ever eaten. Hostel kitchens are a nightmare. Basically, the stoves don't work, right? Properly, the pans and stuff are disgusting. There is no salt, pepper, oil, nothing, no basics, which most hostels do have, right? So I put in my pasta, and then I realized the pan is flaky and all the pan is coming off. So I have to rinse my pasta after I've cooked it to get most of it off, and I got so fed up of it, I binned most of my pasta because I wasn't eating it, and I actually did end up eating some of the pan, so that's great. And then we made the broccoli. I had to boil that because they had no oil to steam it, so I couldn't do that, so I just boiled it. And it took ages to do. The handle for this was broken, by the way, and this was a big pot, so I had to like slide it along and then tip it, and I burnt my finger, which is great. This one, and I put some cold water on it, but it's fine. And then I had no pasta left, so I literally just like drained the broccoli, poured the pasta in the broccoli, and added the sauce and just mixed it and ate it. And I'll put it in what I just ate, and you would have seen it. It was vile. There was no flavour, nothing. It was just a sad, soggy prisoner meal. And this is why I hate cooking in hostels. This is why I avoid it with all my might. If that's the right thing to even say. It's made me question whether I want to be staying in a hostel long term over the next couple of months while I'm working in Melbourne, because you don't get any privacy. Like, when you want to speak to people at home, you want to FaceTime, you want a voice note, you can't do that anywhere. There is nowhere private to do that. It's really hard. There's no, like, I like my privacy in toilet space. Like, sharing room is fine for me. The toilets is the thing I'm more like concerned about, and hostels, like, I just bite my tongue and do it. But it's something that I can't do for a long time. And then also dealing with the hostel kitchen and having to cook in a state like that,
just really stresses me out. So I'm gonna have to look into getting a room in a flat, because that was always an option, but it just didn't make sense to furnish and stuff. But if I can get cheap furnishings like plates and cutlery, then I'll just do it and then donate it afterwards. But oh my god, I am exhausted from cooking. That was so stressful. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die because I just ate metal. Yeah, anyway, saw the Opera House, which was fantastic. Had a great day today. Need to unpack, need to do some work, and then I have to get up early because my flight is at 8:15 AM. Look at that. Good morning. I don't know how well you can hear me, but I didn't end off my Sydney vlog, so I'm going to do it now. I'm in the airport. I'm in the domestic airport. It took me about 20 minutes to get through. My flight's at 8:15, and this is the first time in, like, ever that I've got here on time. Like, I worked it out and made sure I got here at exactly 6:15, and then I just went through in about 15-20 minutes, I think. Weirdly enough, they asked me if I wanted to tag my carry-on, and I said no. But she was like, they're going to take it anyway, so you might as well do it now. Can you put it on the scale? I was like, no, because I knew it was more than their allowance. So I was just trying to get out of it by like just playing it cool, but I didn't. She asked me to put on the scale because it needed to be tagged. And it was 4 kg over the allowance. So I had to pay $50 this morning to take it on, which is not bad for oversized luggage. It's like 25-30 quid, which is a lot, but like the amount I paid for my flight, which was like 90 quid, I'm not that bummed, because I'm all in all it cost me 120, and I'm not really taking any more flights afterwards, so it's all gonna be buses and stuff, so hopefully that's okay. But not the greatest start to the morning. $50 down, but it is what it is. I went to bed really early last night because I woke up at 4:30 this morning to check out. I would do a final thoughts on Sydney, but I'm coming back. But it feels very much like Sheffield, and a kind of like a big conglomerate of loads of different cities, which is really cool, and the diversity is insane. Like, there's a lot of different people, and it's really nice to see. Sydney Opera House is quite small, and it's quite close to the Harbour Bridge, which is also quite small. Like, it's very cute and compact. But again, final thoughts will have to come actually after my proper time in Sydney, because I feel like I've just been doing bits here and there and not really like fully being tourist. But from my time so far, I've had a really good time. I'm excited to come back and explore and do the other things that I've missed out this time. I think I'm going to do the Bondi to Coogee walk again, because that walk was fantastic and the beaches along that route were great, and I can imagine in summer it'll be fantastic. I will end this video off here. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. My Instagram and my other social medias are linked down below. I'm probably going to pick you up literally like 20 minutes after I land to do the Melbourne vlog. So I hope you look forward to watching that, and I shall see you guys very soon. Bye. Please ignore the fact that that entire last clip I was cut off because I was using the other camera and I couldn't see what I was filming. But I got a nice latte as well. I forgot to update you on. This was like $10.50, which is like £5, which is again the most expensive I paid for a coffee, but most I paid for a coffee. But given the UK conversion, this is a normal price Starbucks drink, and we're in an airport, so it's a hazelnut oat iced latte. There's no better thing than dinner in the morning. Anyway, see you soon.